Welcome back to our coverage of the GAMA Trade Show 2016. I'm Eric Summerer, here with one of my favorite people to talk to, and it's not just because she brings all sorts of wonderful toys. Leah from HABA USA. Leah, welcome to Las Vegas.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we're looking at one of the first titles in your small little pocket line. What are we calling this?
Well, we call them pocket games.
Okay.
And it's actually not our first one. We've had some other ones, such as our little mini version of Animal Upon Animal.
There's a mini version of Animal Upon Animal with a tiny little crocodile.
And little animals.
That's awesome.
So we have a couple new titles that we're going to talk about today in this little mini pocket game series.
Okay.
So easy to put in your backpack, play at the restaurants, play wherever you want to.
So this is called Rocks.
This is called Rocks, and this is actually for a little older age group. This is 7 and older.
Okay.
It's a very detailed observing game, and it's a racing game. So you want, the whole goal is to earn points. So these are the point cards.
Okay.
And so if there are, a piece of my hair there. If there are just 2 of us playing, you only put out 1 card. You always put 1 less than the number of players.
Gotcha.
So if there were 5 of us playing, you'd put out 4 cards.
Okay.
So what we do is we look at these cards that you can see here that have all these different symbols and different colors. We're racing each other to get 6 cards in a row on our table in front of each other.
Right.
And be the first one to do that.
Okay.
And then you do that by looking at the card real quickly and saying, what color do I see the most of? Is it white? Is it red? Is it blue? Is it green?
So I think there are more green symbols on that card around the outside.
So you lay it down and you choose a green card.
Okay.
So same thing, you look at it really quickly, you think it's yellow.
Okay.
We put it down when I think it's yellow. So we race each other. First person that gets 6 in a row says rock stop, and everybody has to stop.
Gotcha.
So don't think that you lost if you only got 3.
Okay.
Because that person that got the first answer might have had some wrong.
So how do you check your answers?
So you check your answers by this little holographic symbol.
It's the classic red filter. Okay, so you got this neat little eye.
And you look at the eye.
Yep.
And there's a symbol that shows in that little magic eye,
Yep.
and it has to match the symbol shown on the next
one.
card. So there's a little graphic in the center of that stone.
Yep.
And you have to see if that matches.
And
that
if that
stone.
matches,
then
you
check
checked
the
your
next
answers.
Card. Then you check the next card.
And if I got, say, the 3rd card wrong,
then you're wrong from the rest on.
so I only got 2 cards.
Exactly. That's why it's important not to give up hope. If
Excellent.
you weren't the first one.
And then you play to a certain number of points?
Yes.
Or
Well, then that person gets to choose those points. Or gets to grab
their
that.
first
If it's
choice
just you
of
and
cards.
I, then I get the 1 point.
And these point cards range?
From 1 to 14, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you can play different ways. Who gets the most points, going through all the point cards, depending on how long you want to play. Or whoever gets the most points after 3 rounds, 4 rounds.
Okay.
Like HABA, you can always choose how to play the game.
Excellent. And is Rocks available now or
It
very
is.
soon?
It's shipping now.
Excellent. Now, the next game got all of us here in the room very, very excited. Why don't you tell us about this and I'm going to clear these stone cards out of the way.
So this one was, as you know, I go to the Nuremberg Fair and I pick out which games we're going to import it to HABA USA. And so this one I saw at the Nuremberg Fair and I went nuts over it. So this is what I've decided to bring this in. We're hoping to get it in English by June. Right now the German word is zum Kuckuck.
Okay.
And so we're calling it Go Cuckoo. So there's the little cuckoo bird, as you see there.
Okay, you got a little bird. Hi, birdie.
And then in typical HABA fashion, we have
lots of wooden components.
Eggs.
So these looks like we have sort of a pickup sticks arrangement, sort of a nest.
Correct.
And these go inside here.
Yep, sorry. So here was the whole tin.
Yeah.
This is how the game comes packaged in this little box here. And so I took off the tin top, and then we have these random sticks that have colors. So they might be yellow on both sides, or they might be yellow and blue. So the goal of the game is to get your eggs. So you separate the eggs.
Okay.
And depending on the number of players, let's say everybody gets 4 eggs. We're going to take 4 eggs.
Okay.
So your goal is to get these 4 eggs resting on the nest that we're going to start building. And what's interesting is that nest can be built on the outside of the can also.
Ah, okay.
So we start building a nest here. And the object is to get your eggs to rest on the nest without falling underneath the level of the can. And at the end, if you're the last one to get your eggs, you have to balance the cuckoo bird on there.
Okay.
So the way you start deciding how you get to pick up sticks is you get 3 tries. And your attempt is to try and get a stick that has the same color on both ends. Once I get a stick with the same color on both ends, I get to place that stick on the nest. If I don't, I get to draw up to 3 times because I might have drawn a red and a green or a blue and a yellow or something. And I don't get to ever place my egg unless I draw one with the same colors.
Okay.
Get that?
Yeah.
So as the game gets going, if you want to help me build some nests here, You could actually start building the nest on the outside of the can also.
Oh boy.
So it becomes very strategic as you're placing your sticks
Yep.
as to where you want them to go. You know, and I
then
can
maybe you
also,
could place an egg in
maybe we
there.
can place an egg in there. No.
Ah.
But if we kept building this, then we'd obviously be able to start placing
Right,
some eggs.
eventually you're able to do it.
And if I make your egg fall in, I think that I have to take it back into my pile.
Okay.
So, it's kind of animal upon animal,
Wow,
except
but
sticks in a
you
can.
really create some interesting structures here.
Yes.
No!
And it's interesting when you start getting eggs balancing on the outside.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
I
But
think-
since you just acquired this from
my
Nuremberg,
only copy.
this is the only one you've got. What
Yeah.
sort of timeline are you
You
looking
know,
at
I
here?
just texted my coworker in Germany to see if she had an ETA yet because it's ready and shipping in the German version. So it's just a matter of getting the can reprinted in
Right.
the American English version. So I'm probably thinking June or July.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us about?
Oh, we've got lots
I know
of
you brought a
stuff.
whole bag full of stuff. Let's pick 2 more titles. What can we talk about?
Okay. Again, another pocket game I wanted to talk about was the mix and match robbers. And if you can help me here,
Yeah.
we have a deck of cards. We have yellow, if you want to show those. These make up a figure.
Oh,
So it's a tree trunk, which is the head, the grass, which is the feet. I don't know if we can see that. And then you have the body parts. So we have green, which is grass. You turn it over, that's a bottom of an animal.
Okay.
Yellow is the middle of an animal, and the blue is the top of an animal. These are all of the animal cards that make up all of those various combinations.
Yep.
So what we do is we shuffle these and we create a circle around
Oh.
the entire, I don't know what view you want to see these at, but here, if you help me.
yeah.
We just create a big circle, kind of randomly. I didn't shuffle these up well, so we kind of want to mix them up so we don't have all the same animals next to each other.
So different combinations of the animals, heads,
Exactly.
bodies, legs.
Again, your attention to detail is got to be
Okay.
pretty accurate and fast because we're racing each other.
And so now so I'm trying to find this exact combination.
Yep. So once the dice is rolled, you turn over a card. Did you find it already?
Yeah.
He's cheating. He's
Yeah, well,
looking ahead.
while you were setting up, I looked.
So you roll a dice, and if it's yellow, I change the
You
yellow
change the
body
yellow.
part.
And now we have to find the new,
now
it's the same.
So once you grab it, if you're the first to grab it, then we check his answer to see if he got the right animal, and you get to keep that card.
Okay.
And then you roll the dice.
So now we change another yellow,
And we should
and it's the
shuffle
same
that.
one.
Let's
Yeah,
shuffle it, yeah.
let's pick from the bottom. And it's this one now.
So we have to,
It's this one.
yeah.
Haha!
He's much faster
I'm
at it than
super
I am.
fast. Okay, and then you play until they're gone, or
Yeah,
until
or
a certain
the
number of
first player
cards.
gets 6 cards,
Yeah.
or until they're gone. So
Excellent.
again, it's just a little mini pocket game, great price point, around $7.50 retail.
Okay,
And
and that's available now as well.
that's available now as well.
Excellent. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, we've got lots of other games.
I-
But we'll have to set them up. I don't
We'd
know
have to
how-
set them up.
how
Okay, the one
quickly we can do
I
it.
saw in the bag that I wanted to talk about real
I
quick.
definitely
Space
wanna play
Planets.
Space Planets.
What? How does this one work?
So the whole idea of Space Planets is that you're spending fuel crystals, these little blue fuel crystals. If you want to just
Yeah, let's
swipe
just
those
let's
aside.
swipe. We'll clean this all up later.
So obviously with the name, it's Space Planets. So we have planet cards.
Okay.
We have a dice that has fuel crystals. I think it's 1, 2, or 3
1, 2, or 3.
fuel crystals. Then, so you have 4 players. Each gets a little to pick their color of spaceship. You want a blue, yellow, green. What spaceship color do you want to be?
Okay. I want this one, blue.
So you would shuffle these cards. I shuffled them before I got here. And you create I'm going to do it for the camera here. You create a 3x3 grid.
Okay.
Now that I shuffle these. This grid of cards should be at least a dice apart.
Okay.
You know why?
Because you're going to put that die in the middle of them.
You have to aim the dice from outside the board and try and land on that card in order to try and buy that planet.
Oh, so it's a dexterity game.
It's a dexterity game. So you have to watch your spending because you only have a limited number of fuel crystals to buy planets.
Ah.
So you landed on that card.
Okay.
And if you would have even landed on a portion of it, you
Just
get
as long
to,
as it's on there, yeah.
So this planet card is worth 2 planet points or 2 star points.
Okay.
So at the end of the game, you want to have the most points. You only rolled a 1 fuel crystal, so that's a great deal. You've got a planet that's worth 2 stars, and you only have to buy it with 1 fuel crystal.
That sounds like a deal to me.
So everybody starts with 4 crystals.
Okay.
So during the game, you get to earn more crystals, and you can spend your crystals. So it's a matter of watching your spending, watching your fuel
Wow,
consumption.
it's a little economic game for kids.
And there's, of course, special objects or special things that happen with the cards. So if you decided to purchase that planet, you would put one fuel crystal in the pile, and you would take that planet.
Okay.
But it has a little action on the end of it. This says for 1 round with all the little green people, for 1 round now, everybody has to spend 1 more fuel crystal than showed on the die.
Wow.
So now it's 2, that if you rolled a 1, it would be 2. You know, if you rolled a 2, it would be 3.
Yeah, there's some complexity to
Yeah,
this.
so you keep that, and then we just put another planet here in the grid. There's 1 black hole. I don't think we have one out here. If they hit the black hole, that's basically a lose a turn.
Oh,
If you
okay.
landed on that, you just take it out, but you lost your turn. You can't do anything.
Excellent.
If you happen to roll and you don't hit anything, you earn 1 fuel crystal.
Okay.
So it's just not a worthless roll.
Excellent. And this is also available now?
This is available now.
Very nice.
Yep.
Leah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wish we could talk about all of these games, but fantastic. Thank you, Leah from HABA, and thank you for watching.